The first pitch on the way. The knuckler stays high and tight for a ball, and this game is underway. Reds, of course, beat the Padres 2 out of 3 last weekend out in Southern California, losing the first game, winning the final 2. Hubbard goes around on a knuckleball and actually fouls it, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. This being the beginning of a longest homestand of the year, we invite your emails. Our email address, Marty and Joe at redsonradio.com. Thanks to Broadwing Technology Solutions. There's ball 2 for providing us the computers and the technical support needed to provide you the service. Broadwing Technology Solutions delivers complete IT outsourcing solutions. Believe it. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. And you can also fax us at 513-621-BALL. 621-BALL, courtesy of Modern Office Methods. For all of your business needs, just call Mom and work smarter. The 2-2 pitch to Trinidad Hubbard, taken just high in a full count. Padres on the road this season are 17-37. And the 3-2 pitch swung on and lined fair by Casey down the right field line. Hubbard turns first, heads towards second, and he's going to be in sliding with a game-opening opposite field double. So on a 3-2 pitch, he hits a soft line drive between Casey and the line. He's out at second base for the left-handed batting second baseman Ramon Vasquez. This, of course, represents the second straight start for Fernandez against San Diego, in between a couple of relief appearances during that series in Denver, but he worked 6 innings of 9 hit, 3-run baseball, 2 earned last Friday night to lose out at Qualcomm Stadium 5-2. Here's a pitch, and it's taken just high. Ball gets away, but not far enough to allow Hubbard to advance. Defensively, the Reds have Casey at first, Walker at second, Boone at third, Larkin at short, and the outfield of Adam Dunn in left, Ken Griffey Jr. in center, and Austin Kearns in right, Jason LaRue behind the plate. Leadoff double by Trinidad Hubbard, and a ball and no strikes to count on the waiting Vasquez, the second baseman, and he takes it high and away, ball 2. This reminder, if you're out and about listening to our broadcast on your car or your truck radio, we implore you to buckle up your seatbelt and make sure that everybody else in your vehicle does the same. Fernandez needs a strike and can't get it. He's behind 3 balls and no strikes. On deck, first baseman Ryan Klesko to be followed by Phil Nevin. Pretty good 1-2 punch in the middle of that San Diego lineup. The runner leading at second base, back to the plate with a strike on the inside comes Fernandez. Now the Reds are 27-27 at home. 31-28 on the road, and the next 10 will be right here at Synergy Field. So hopefully they're looking to get well here on this homestand. Their strike 2 call. Night game tomorrow night, day game on Saturday, or Sunday rather, and then the off day on Monday that will precede the 3-game series against Arizona, with Randy Johnson due to pitch the Thursday night wrap-up. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the payoff, and it's ball 4, and the first 2 have reached. So Jared Fernandez goes 3-2 to each of the first 2 batters. Hubbard doubles, Vasquez walks, and here's Ryan Klesko. Klesko hitting .297, 20 home runs and 63 runs batted in. A man who has really found a home in San Diego. Got a 2-year contract extension on June the 20th. He takes it off the outside edge, ball 1. He had a 6-game 2-for-25 skid, but has followed that up by hitting safely in 5 games in a row, going 8 for his last 22. He swings and loops one into left. Dunn coming, and that ball is going to be caught on the run. Nice play by Adam Dunn. On the run, he backhands that ball to pick off Klesko's bid for a base hit in short left field, and with 1 out, here's Phil Nevin. Our Nichols Bakery Power Pitcher entry tonight is Jeff McChesney from Frankfort, Ohio. If A Reds pitcher strikes out the side. That's 3 up and 3 down. Jeff will win $500 in merchandise from the Cincy shops. To enter, fill out the registration found on 20 or 16-ounce packages of Nichols white bread or send in a 3x5 card to Power Pitcher Inning, P.O. Box 1043, Cincinnati, 45201. Nichols Bakery is a proud sponsor of the Reds on radio. Fernandez bluffs to throw back towards second. Now redirects his attentions to the 287 batting Nevin. And the knuckler is swung on and lined into right center field. That's a gap shot. The ball will be cut off short of the warning track. One scores, and now they'll hold the lead runner as Walker wheels his throw in toward the plate. Cut off by Casey, but a run-scoring first pitch double by Phil Nevin. Hubbard scores. Vasquez is at third base, and with one out, the San Diego Padres take a first inning 1-0 lead.
Marty, I think I kind of noticed the way the first 4 hitters have approached this thing, and Klesko, normally a pretty free swinger, it looked like he just tried to lay the bat on the ball. Same thing for Nevin, and if you try to overpower a knuckleball, if you hit it, it'll go, but you're asking for problems.
Well, they had the advantage, of course, of facing him last Friday night, although he was very hittable in that game. They collected 9 hits off of him. He now goes to work on Ron Gant, and Gant takes a knuckleball that misses. He was the hero of yesterday afternoon's 7-4 win over the Phillies in San Diego. He tied the game with an extra base hit in the 8th and then won it with a 2-out, 3-run home run in the 9th. He takes, and the count's 2-0, and Fernandez consistently pitching behind in the count here in the first inning. Gant batting .277 with 12 bombs and 45 RBIs. Vasquez at third, Nevin at second. Nevin drives in his 37th run of the season, and Gant takes a strike. The much-traveled Ron Gant can count Cincinnati in his travel portfolio, spending 1 year here in the mid-90s, and had a good year for the Reds team. He hits it in the air, off first, Casey giving chase, and will not have a play. Drops back in the seats, the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, San Diego in that game against Fernandez last Friday night, they scored single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. And when he left after 6 innings, it was a 3-2 ball game. And San Diego scored 2 runs in the 8th to make it a 5-2 final. Gant takes high, and it's a 3-2 count. So for the 3rd time in the first inning, Jared Fernandez has gone full on a San Diego batter. After Gant, it'll be the former Minnesota Twin Brian Buchanan, the pitch, and a foul ball straight back. Inning began with a double by Hubbard. Then came the walk to Vasquez after Klesko flied to left. Nevin doubled into right center to drive the run in. Fernandez sets for the 3-2 pitch again, and here it comes, and he struck him out swinging, and Gant swung at ball 4. So Ron Gant helps the Reds slash Jared Fernandez clause by striking out on a bad ball up and in. And that'll bring up Brian Buchanan with 2 out. Buchanan hitting .261, 2 homers to account for his only RBIs in a San Diego uniform. But after going hitless in his first 11 National League at-bats, he's gone 6 for his last 12 with a double and 2 home runs in his last 7 ball games. Right-hand batter, and he takes inside a knuckleball, a ball and no strikes. Fernandez back to the plate and got it over for a call strike on the inside, 1-1. A knuckleball pitcher, you really don't overly concern yourself with a pitch count. One of the valuable tools of having a knuckleballer like Fernandez, he can pitch in relief in between starts, swing and a miss, as we saw in San Diego. He pitched in 2 of the 3 games there, working an inning in each appearance and retired 6 in a row over the 2 relief appearance stint. He gets ahead in the count here against Buchanan, a ball and 2 strikes. Stretching pitching and a check swing foul. And the count stays at a ball, 2 strikes. Vasquez thought maybe the ball had eluded LaRue, and he broke toward the plate and is informed it was a foul ball. Navy Cruz, the shortstop, on deck. A run is in, 2 men are out. Vasquez at third base, Phil Nevin at second. Jared back to the pitching rubber, looking down to Jason LaRue for the sign. It's either knuckleball, fastball. Here's a pitch, and misses low and away. 2-2. Outfield playing Buchanan straight away. Infield back at normal depth. Fernandez redirecting his attentions back toward the plate. Buchanan waving that bat low out over the plate and now steps away. Right-handed batting Padre right fielder steps out again. And LaRue and Fernandez having problems getting onto the same page, and now time has been called. They'll meet. Meeting is over, and back to the plate comes Jason LaRue. Jared Fernandez trying to end the inning with only 1 run scoring. Big out of Ron Gadd, who struck out swinging. And the 2-2. Foul ball straight back. 2 men on, 2 men out. Reds 58-55 on the year, 3 back of the Cardinals. San Diego 18 under at 48 and 66. Ground ball hit to Larkin. Barry with a pick and the throw to first base, and the inning is over. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. We played a half. Padres 1, Reds coming up. In his first career start against his first big league ball club last weekend in San Diego, he has a 1-0 lead as he delivers a first pitch fastball that misses up high, ball 1 to the .285 batting Walker. Tied 5 for 14 last week against Padre pitching with a homer and 5 runs batted in. The home run and the RBIs, all of them, came in the 15-10 win last Sunday afternoon. 2 balls and no strikes. Aaron Boone on deck, Ken Griffey Jr. waiting in the wings. Tomko wheeling and dealing, and Walker taking a strike. He has really pitched very well for San Diego, making his 24th start, 5-7 the record with a respectable .396 earned run average. Walker taking low and inside, and he gets ahead in the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Pepsi Cola. Experience the joy of cola with Pepsi. Here's a pitch. It's a swing and a smash into center field. Base hit. Tomko got a hand on it, or a glove on it, but the ball carried hard up the middle, so a leadoff base hit by Todd Walker, bringing up Aaron Boone. $18 homers, 59 RBIs, 24 stolen bases. The batting average might not be what he'd like it to be, but all the rest of the numbers by season's end are going to be extremely good. And his play at third base lately has been out of sight. He waits, and he swings and hits a drive back into deep left center field. Reds 2, San Diego 1. Boy, did he hit a bomb. I mean, he got his money's worth on Tomko's first pitch. It hit that big black curtain shielding the new ballpark from the old. Number 19 for Aaron Boone. The Reds 2, the Padres 1. Fireworks courtesy of the folks at Kroger.
Tomko is trying to get a first pitch strike, and Aaron jumped all over that rascal. That's about as well as he can hit one, I think.
Here's Ken Griffey Jr. now. Crowd still buzzing over that home run. Junior batting .274 with 5 of them, and he takes first pitch, ball 1. So it doesn't take Cincinnati very long to erase a 1-run deficit. Single by Walker, bomb by Boone, and they lead by 1. Junior takes inside 2-0. As part of its extra effort program, the Ohio Casualty Group donates $50 to Habitat for Humanity every time the Reds hit a double and $100 every time they hit a triple. It's the extra effort program from the Ohio Casualty Group. Protect what's yours. Total for the season, $11,600 in Griffey, with a count of 3 balls and no strikes. 2 hits, 9 times up last weekend in San Diego. And he takes ball 4. So the Reds are 3 for 3. 3 batters, 3 base runners, 2 runs are in, nobody out. Here's Adam Dunn. Now with the return of Sean Casey, Dunn returns to the more familiar confines of left field. Let's see if that in any way brings about a resurgence at the plate. Has not swung the bat very well at all of late. It seems like he either hits a home run or makes an out. Batting average still a respectable .283 with 24 homers and 64 runs batted in. Both of the latter numbers are team leaders, but he's had only 3 hits in his last 25 times up, and 2 of those 3 hits have left the yard. He takes inside, ball 1. Outfield deep and around toward right, and Dunn taking strike to him, 1-1. The inner defense for the Padres, Ryan Klesko at first, Ramon Vasquez at second, at third Phil Nevin, at shortstop Davy Cruz. Tomko steps off after coming set. Left to right in the outfield, Ron Gant, Trinidad Hubbard, and Brian Buchanan. Tom Lampkin doing the Padre catching in this series opener. Junior edging off the bag, manned by Klesko. Dunn waits on the 1-1. Here it comes, and he takes it down and in. Not only does he lead the club in home runs and RBIs and runs scored, total bases, walks, strikeouts. Here's a pitch. Taken, ball 3. Austin Kearns will be the next batter to confront Brett Tomko. And behind in the count to Dunn, a dangerous situation to be in as he throws a 3-1, and he, with a late swing, fouls it straight back. Full count. Walker single, Boone homered, Griffey walks. And a 3-2 count on Adam Dunn. See if Griffey will be running at first base. He holds, and it's fouled back, and the count stays full. Checking scores of other games brought to you by Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Nothing going on in the National and the American League after 1. Angels 1, Blue Jays nothing. In the second, Boston 1, Minnesota nothing. In the second, Rangers 1, Indians nothing. Baltimore, Detroit, no score in the second. Oakland, New York, scoreless at the end of 1. Here's a pitch. Runner goes. Very high pop-up in the right side of the infield, and it'll be caught by the second baseman, Ramon Vasquez. Griffey was running, and that baby was about as high up as you're going to hit a pop-up.
That was a domer.
I'm telling you, it would have been interesting inside to see whether or not that ball got to the roof. 1 out, and now Kern steps in. Austin hitting .292 with 8 homers and 43 driven in. 2 runs are in. Griffey's at first as Tomko records the first out of this Cincinnati first inning. Kern swings and drills it back into left center field. That's going to be off the wall. Griffey comes to third. Kern's digging towards second. He's in standing with a double. First pitch hitting a rope off the wall in left center. 2-base hit for Austin Kearns, and there at second and third for Sean Casey as we pause for identification on the Redlegs Radio Network.
Doppler 12 forecast clear and nice tonight, a low 64. Mostly to partly sunny and seasonably warm for Saturday, a high 87. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low 66. and maybe a thunderstorm Sunday. Right now it's 81 at your official weather station, News Radio 700 WLW.
Here's Sean Casey now with second and third occupied, 1 out, 2 runs in. He went 4 for 8 in a 2-game rehab assignment with the Louisville Bats. 2 nights, the last couple of nights in Columbus. Last night had 3 hits, including a home run. And trying to do some damage here against Tomko as he takes it inside, ball 1. Phil Nevin even up with a bag and wide of the line at third base. The rest of the infield back at normal depth. Cruz at short, Vasquez at second, Klesko at first. Back comes Tomko, and Casey hits it hard up the middle, base hit. 1-run score. Waved around as Kearns. A throw from Hubbard, not in time. A 2-run single by Casey. Cincinnati with a 4-1 lead. Casey pumped up at second base and a nice way to come off the disabled list. He goes to second on the throw home, and Barry Larkin will step in. So the Reds enjoying a big start tonight. And here's Barry Larkin hitting .247, 6 homers, 34 runs knocked in. Casey upping his RBI total to 39. Larkin hits a high drive down the right field line. Ball curving toward the corner. Foul ball. Hit it long the other way. Larkin did, and it goes foul. Down a strike as the Reds veteran shortstop heads back toward the plate. The way the schedule shapes up over the weekend, the Reds have the Padres here. The Cardinals have the Mets in St. Louis. And the Astros are home to the Atlanta Braves. One strike and nothing on Larkin. Here's a pitch. Swung on, ground ball up the middle, base hit. Here comes Casey. He'll score. Reds lead 5-1. Brett Tomko having a tough first inning. Greg Booker, the pitching coach, per instructions from manager Bruce Bochy, heading toward the mound. And I'm sure Tomko beside himself right now. He wanted nothing more than to come in here and pitch well. And it is not going well for him in the first.
Well, making good pitches. When I say good pitches, I'm talking about good hitting pitches. And Red's taking advantage of it. And Case, he's got that fire.
Sure does.
He's an enthusiastic young man.
That he is.
He brings a little more to this ball club, and I think he's given credit for it.
Here's Jason LaRue now batting .236. Meeting is over. Booker back in the dugout. The only batter retired in the inning was Adam Dunn on a pop-up off a 3-2 pitch. LaRue takes inside, ball 1. If you're wondering, nothing going on as yet in the San Diego bullpen. Larkin leading, and the pitch, and a high fly ball hit back into deep left field. It may go, it does! Jason LaRue, a high drive that clears the wall and left. Number 7, Cincinnati has put 7 runs on the board and lead by 6. Boy, you talk about getting beat up. Here's Jared Fernandez. And now some stirring starts in the San Diego bullpen. Jared Fernandez takes a strike. And he takes a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fernandez waving at the next pitch, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. This is a first in this 2003 season. This is the most runs that the Reds have scored in an inning all season. Previously, they had scored 6 runs in an inning. They had done that 4 times, last on June the 30th in St. Louis, but never more than that until tonight. The 2-2 pitch, ball 3. I said stirring in the bullpen, but still no one throwing for San Diego. Todd Walker led this inning off with a base hit. He's on deck. Only 1 out. 3-2. He walked him. That's the second base on balls allowed by Tomko. Todd Walker is 1 for 1, and now a left-hander gets up to begin throwing. It's like Jason Kirshner throwing in the San Diego bullpen, and Walker batting for the second time in the inning. Still only 1 out. And he takes a fastball in. Tomko pitching, swing and a foul ball. All even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield looking for the ground ball. Fernandez leading, Klesko playing behind him. Here's a high fly ball. Shallow center field. Hubbard has time. The shortstop is also out, and Davy Cruz will make the catch. 2 down in the inning, and here's Aaron Boone, who hit an earlier 2-run home run in the inning. Reds have scored 7 times on 6 hits and a couple of walks. Here's Boone, and he takes a fastball strike. The 0-1 on the way. Swung on, fly ball, left field, second home run for Aaron Boone in the first inning. Aaron Boone's second 2-run home run in the first inning. He's had a night's work in 1 inning and 2 swings of the bat. Cincinnati leads at 9-1, and Boone has just hit his 20th of the season and his second 2-run home run of the first inning. Wow. They want a curtain call from the Reds' third baseman. 9 runs the Reds have scored, and here's Ken Griffey Jr. stepping in. Tomko pitches, and it stays high, ball 1. I'll tell you one thing, nobody can ever accuse Bruce Bochy of not giving a pitcher a lot of room to work. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball, foul at first base.
Usually you look at an inning like this and you see a couple of walks, which we've had. You see a couple of chinkers, but
None
there
of them.
ain't been no chinkers in there.
No, none of them.
I mean, all hit hard.
Yeah, there's been some severe rockets hitting this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomko kicks and deals, and Griffey takes in the dirt. Evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Griffey's second at-bat of this first inning, he had a walk and scored a run. The 2-2 pitch, and he fouls it off, or did Lampkin hang on to it? He says, I did. The plate umpire, Jeff Nelson, talking to him, and apparently Nelson saying, no, you didn't hang on to it. And now Bruce Bochy's going to come out and argue the umpire's decision. Now Jeff is going to ask for some help, and he's going signaling for all the umpires to get together.
Well, one of them, I'll have to agree, but I have a feeling the way they looked at each other, that he didn't catch it.
Right. Now let's see. Nope. They said he caught it. Foul ball that the catcher hung on to. Griffey not arguing at all on the decision. So that's a strikeout, and now Bob Boone's going to come out. But how about these first inning numbers? 9 runs, 7 hits. And at the end of 1 complete, the Reds 9, the Padres 1. Well, if you just joined us, you missed quite an impressive beginning by the Reds. They send 12 men to the plate, scored 9 times. Ray Knight hits 2 home runs in the inning. Jason LaRue 1. The Reds have a 9-1 lead, and here's Davy Cruz taking a knuckleball from Jared Fernandez for a strike as we welcome in our good friend, and we hope yours, from the Cincinnati Post, of course, Tony Jackson.
You think Ray Knight's disappointed to see that, to lose that distinction of being the last guy to do that?
I would say so. The last time, and we didn't mention it because we didn't hear it, 22 years ago, May of 1980, Ray Knight hit 2 home runs in 1 inning.
We wondered if he might have put the bunt sign on when Aaron was at the plate.
Here's a ground ball into right field for a base hit. So the San Diego Padres, undaunted by an 8-run deficit at the end of 1, get a leadoff single by Davy Cruz, bringing up catcher Tom Lampkin, and Brett Tomko will bat for himself.
Yeah, this is pitching against the Reds doesn't seem to agree with him.
No, as much as he might have wanted to, and he really didn't pitch badly at all in San Diego.
No,
Gave up a home run to Russ Branyan that turned out to be the difference in the game, but the first inning tonight, man, different story.
Yeah, he had that really bad first inning in San Diego the other night too, but got out of it with minimum damage, and after that he settled down, and the only thing he gave the rest of the night was, as you said, the home run to Branyan. Tonight he wasn't quite as fortunate. Didn't walk anybody in the first inning
2.
tonight. Oh yeah, you're right.
And
he
both
walked too.
scored.
Yeah, I got confused.
You're close enough.
Yeah.
Close 2-0. That's close enough.
I was watching the game and typing at the same time.
Were you watching the Bengals game?
No, I don't.
They're losing 7-0, barely into it.
I don't like
What's new?
I don't like to talk about that stuff.
Okay. 1-1 the count on the left-handed batting Lampkin, who was born right here in Cincinnati. He takes a knuckleball for a ball, 2-1.
Having covered that sport for a couple of years.
The Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I don't.
See, that's a facet of your career that we've never heard about.
I generally just try to forget that chapter in
You
my life.
didn't enjoy that?
No, I happened to cover them during the 2 years when they were wound up winning that game with the Roman numerals after it at the end.
Yes. What's the owner of that team's name? Tom?
Pat Bolin.
Pat Bolin. Close enough.
It just wasn't. It's a whole different world there, you know.
I wouldn't know about that. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Lampkin, and he checks his swing. Checked swing. Did he make contact, or did the ball just pop out of Jason LaRue's mitt? It's a 3-2 count.
There's just this sense in that league that what they do every Sunday is
tantamount to a religion.
Pretty much the fate of the world rests upon how each game turns out.
Here's a long drive, but foul to right. Is that the prevailing attitude in the NFL, or just in Denver, Colorado?
Well, that's really my only exposure to it, but I would, it's fun for me to think that's the prevailing attitude.
You would prefer to think that way, in other words.
So please don't shatter my illusions.
Well, I can't. I have no basis of comparison. Here's a foul ball back.
Well, I'm wondering if those illusions would be shattered if I went to the Bengals one day, but hopefully that'll never happen.
I think you see a vastly different type of football being played between the Broncos and the Bengals. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Lampkin after a leadoff base hit by Davy Cruz. And he takes ball 4, so the first 2 have reached for San Diego, bringing up Brett Tomko.
That's generally not what you want to see after your team scored 9 runs for you in the first inning.
No, I wouldn't think so. Tomko, I would think, will be bunting here despite the 8-run deficit. Tim Flannery, the third base coach, running through the signs. What's up, Tony? Lay something on me here, son.
Well, talked to Bob Boone a little bit before the game about tomorrow night's game, and Ryan Dempster what appears to be a critical start for him. Bob all but confirmed that it is a critical start for him, even though and Bob said they've got alternatives. I'm not real sure what those alternatives are.
He didn't name them, did he?
No, he didn't name them. And right now, with Elmer DeSenz on the DL and with a couple other guys struggling, really the only alternative is to bring Chris Reisma back, and then you got to clear roster space. And how are you going to do that? And you're certainly not going to send Ryan Dempster to AAA because he's making $2.4 million. And it'll be really good for everybody involved if he goes out and pitches well tomorrow night. Yeah.
0-2 the count on Tomko, and he takes a knuckleball high. I asked Bob on the pregame show because there appeared to be an air of mystery around who was going to pitch each of the first 2 games in this series, and I simply asked him, is there something physically wrong with Ryan Dempster?
We asked him the same question.
And he said, not to my knowledge, there isn't.
And as they told us, the only thing you can go on is what the pitchers tell you. And then we pursued that a little further and said, has he given you any indication? Have you seen anything in him besides what he's telling you that would indicate there's anything wrong with him? And he would very matter-of-factly said no, he hasn't.
Yet there are people who say his velocity is substantially down.
Yeah, and
from what it used
Bob
to be.
admitted that, and Bob's explanation for that is that we're at a point in the season where almost every pitcher's velocity is down a mile or 2.
Meanwhile, Jared Fernandez, after being ahead 0 strikes, is now gone 3-2 on Brett Tomko.
It's an innings pitched issue.
Pardon me?
Bob said it's an issue of how many innings pitched.
Can't wait to see if Randy Johnson's velocity is down.
I'm guessing
Thursday
it's not.
Night. There's ball 4, so he walks Tomko, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. I would agree with you. This is not what Bob Boone expected or wanted to see after his team put 9 runs on the board in their first inning.
Randy Johnson pitches a lot of short innings, though.
He does?
Yeah.
A guy who's a strikeout pitcher normally throws a large number of pitches per start. He had 2 starts ago, 144 pitches. Yeah. He doesn't have many short innings. He strikes out a lot of folks. Here's Hubbard now, and he hits it foul down the right field line. No balls in 1 strike.
Here's a guy that I've known since he was in AAA Colorado Springs for a couple of years. Just a guy with an all-around game. He's just an electrifying player and had a couple of great years down there.
Trinidad Hubbard?
Yeah. But it seems like he's with a different team every year. I kind of kidded him about that when we were in San Diego last week. I said, every time I see you, you're in a different uniform. And he kind of laughed. And he said, yeah, he had to fly back to Colorado Springs earlier this year to have his number retired there.
Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another guy like him is Quentin McCracken.
Yeah, very similar.
Who is having a sensational year with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And they played there at the same time.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. 1-2 the count on Hubbard. And a swing and a miss. That's a strikeout for Fernandez. So a third of the way home with the bases loaded. He'll face second baseman Ramon Vasquez, who walked in the first inning. This, of course, and Hal and I talked about it last night, and I know you wrote about it today. What's the term? The defining point in the season? The skipper referred to the next 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, after this series concludes on Sunday, the Reds will be off on Monday, and then beginning Tuesday, they're going to play 22 out of 25 against Houston, Arizona, and St. Louis.
Right.
The only exception, I think they got 3 with Milwaukee mixed in there somewhere.
That's right. In between home and home series with St. Louis.
And that's toward the back end of that stretch.
Right, that's correct.
You're looking at, I think, 17 in a row with Arizona and Houston right out of the gate there. So, or maybe 12, 13, I think it is. But this separates the men from the boys, what you're looking at right here. And particularly when you look at what the Reds' record is against teams that are 500 or better, that's going to have to change drastically and soon.
Yeah, and I guess when you consider where we are in the season, it's understandable now that the manager's position changes on games and series and opponents.
Sure.
He made the comment 2 days ago, we've got to start beating the teams that we're in contention with.
Right.
Earlier in the year, that wasn't that important, or at least it wasn't outwardly. I can remember he told me as Vasquez takes a strike, What's the difference in us losing 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals and then going and beating Milwaukee 2 out of 3 while the Cardinals are losing 2 out of 3 to the Cubs?
Well, at that
that's
point,
not the attitude anymore.
Right, and then at that point in the season, that was a valid attitude to have, but that's certainly all changed.
Yeah.
You're also looking at that back in that point of the season, the Astros had kind of fallen flat and kind of fell out of contention, and nobody really thought they were going to get back. Well, here they are, and they're ahead of the Reds and a game behind 2 games behind the Cardinals.
3-1 pitch swung on and fouled away by Vasquez, a full count. On June the 24th, the Astros were 10.5 games back of Cincinnati. And now look where they are now.
Yep.
Of course, they've got their hands full this weekend with Atlanta. That should be a great series. And the Cardinals are home to the New York Mets.
And all of a sudden, you got to look at Jimmy Williams is right there in that manager of the year.
No question. Absolutely right. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 3 men on base. The pitch, and he pops him up into shallow center. Larkin going out, and Barry will make. No, he dropped the ball. Larkin drops the ball. Here comes the runner to the plate. He's safe, and it's a 9-2 ball game. Larkin unable to hang on to the ball in shallow center field. That'll be a base hit and a run batted in, although he got a whole bunch of leather on that ball. And the Padres have scored their 2nd run of the night, and the bases stay loaded for first baseman Ryan Klesko.
You hope that doesn't turn out to be a pivotal moment in the game right there, because it looked like Jared had a real shot to get out of that jam.
Klesko fly to left in the first inning. And he takes a knuckleball, 1 ball and no strikes. And boy, I'll tell you, with a big lead, Jared Fernandez is flat out struggling. Lampkin at third, Tomko at second, Vasquez at first, and RBI is 17th of the season, way inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And now Jason LaRue will call time with plate umpire Jeff Nelson and go to the mound. You'd like to think it would be a little bit easier than this, wouldn't you, with a big lead?
Yeah, although with a knuckleballer, you wonder if the old philosophy about you get a big lead like this, you just throw strikes. There's no reason not to throw strikes. Sometimes with a knuckleballer, that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
A lot of times these guys don't even know where the ball is going when they release it. I have, through an inning and a half, I am a little bit impressed with the way Jason LaRue's done back there.
Ground ball hit to first. Casey has it. He'll throw to second. They get the force play there as Lampkin scores, making it 9-3. They cut down the middleman at second, Vasquez. RBI for Klesko, number 64, and Phil Nevin will bat with runners on the corners and 2 men out.
I don't know if you remember March 4th in Sarasota when Jason caught Jared for 3 innings and committed a pass ball all 3 innings.
Yep.
This is the first time he's caught him in the regular season. They've always had either Corky Miller or Kelly Stinnett back there.
Oh, Stinnett had, 3 pass balls last Friday night in San Diego, didn't he?
But as Bob said before the game, that's almost a good thing. If the catcher's not having trouble, you worry about the knuckleball not being effective.
Another run scores as Nevin hits a hard shot back through the middle, and it's 9-4. So all of a sudden, San Diego bidding to creep back into contention. True, they're 5 runs away, but they were 8 back when the inning began. And now Ron Gant steps in. He struck out in the first inning. Anything else on your mind? Ball 1 to Gant.
How much golf did you guys play in Denver?
We played in Keystone Ranch up in the mountains on Monday, Lakewood Country Club Tuesday, and Interlaken, the Omni Resort, on Wednesday.
3 for 3, not bad.
That's not bad, is it?
No, that's not bad at all.
And we enjoyed, I might add, every minute of it. Other than getting rained on after 14 holes up in the mountains when the temperature dropped from 71 to 58. It was cold.
All during your round?
Yes. Here's a smash played by Casey. He'll go to the bag to retire Gant and end the inning. Adam Dunn leading off the bottom of the second inning, fouling off Brett Tomko's first pitch. 9-4, the Reds lead the Padres. Dunn batted only 1 time in the first and popped out to Vasquez at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. taken just off the corner outside a ball. John Kitna, 7 for 9, engineering a tying touchdown drive. Here's a pitch, and here's a high fly ball headed toward Gant in left. He waits and he makes a catch, and we pause for identification on the Reds Radio Network.
Tri-state couple arrested for a string of thefts in Coleraine Township. A worldwide child porn ring is stopped, and actor Charlton Heston has Alzheimer's. Details on these and other stories after the game on News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Austin Kearns with one out. He had a double. He scored one of the 9 first-inning runs for Cincinnati. Tomko retires the first batter he faces to begin the inning, and Tomko swings and misses, or Kearns swings and misses. Vance Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out an opposing batter, Western and Southern will make a donation to the Barrett Cancer Center. As Western and Southern says, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this one together. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kearns followed by Casey. He joined us late. Reds scored 9 in the first. Aaron Boone hit a pair of 2-run home runs. Here's a foul out of here. Casey singled in 2. Jason LaRue hit a 2-run bomb. Larkin singled in a run. But San Diego, with 3 runs in the top of the second, trailed 9-4, I should say. Kearns swings and misses, and that's a punch out for Tomko, and that's his second. He ended the first by fanning Ken Griffey Jr., and now goes to work on Sean Casey with 2 men out. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Anheuser-Busch, who salutes parents who talk to their kids about drinking. We all make a difference. To make room for Casey on the roster, Brady Clark option to Louisville. 1 ball and no strikes on Casey. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Brett Tomko trying to go from one extreme to the other, facing 12 batters, giving up 9 runs in the first. He's trying to retire 3 straight here in the second. And a swing and a foul ball. Tomorrow night, game 2, 7:10. The Reds have Ryan Dempster's turn come up against right-hander Bobby J. Jones. And then to finish things off on Sunday, the Reds will get the left-handed version of Bobby Jones, Bobby M. against Brian Moeller. Ground ball, first baseman played Klesko, waves the pitcher off the bag and goes to it himself, and a 1-2-3 second. At the end of 2, Cincinnati 9, San Diego 4.
Hernandez ready to work to Brian Buchanan, and his first pitch is a knuckler low and away, a ball. 5 hits for the Pods to go along with their 4 runs. Hernandez has walked 3 and has struck out a couple through the first 2 innings. 2 of the 3 walks have scored, and a strike called. Fastball, 1-1. Buchanan, Cruz, and Lampkin here in the 3rd for San Diego. Hernandez to the plate, swung on, foul, back and over the screen, and a 1-2 count to Buchanan. LaRue hangs the sign. Hernandez to the plate, a knuckler up high, 2-2. Heavy Cruz waiting on deck. Jared Fernandez, the break even, and that swung on and popped up right side, calling for it as Casey crosses into foul territory, and he has it 1 away. A 1 down, Davy Cruz, the batter. He got the 3-run second underway with a base hit to right field and scored. After Cruz's base hit, Lampkin and Tomko walked. Hubbard struck out. Vasquez popped to shallow center, but Larkin was there and had the ball but dropped it for a base hit. Generous, I might say. Would have been the second out of the inning, and the force out would have ended the inning with just the one run being scored. And the pitch, that's over the head of Cruz, and a ball, no strikes, to make it 2 balls, no strikes to Cruz. Tom Lampkin on deck. Fernandez with the 2-0, and Cruz swings and he lines it to center field, a base hit. And almost getting by Junior as he had to wind up making a diving grab of that on the bounce. Well, that ball, I think, tricked Griffey a little bit. The guy, he was cruising over, and when it hit the turf, it looked to be a skip on him, and he had to make a diving grab to save extra bases. Well, Cruz is 2 for 2. And the batter is Tom Lampkin. That's 6 hits now for San Diego. Lampkin walked and scored in the second inning. Let Tomko on deck. Hernandez the stretch of the pitch. Lampkin is swinging a miss. Oh, and 1. 9-4. Reds lead it here in the third inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Big swing by Lampkin, and an 0-2 count now to Tom Lampkin. LaRue has places assigned, and the pitch. That's flowing inside off the mid of LaRue. That'll be a pass ball. Cruz moves on to second base. And it's a 1-2 count. And the knuckler is a swing and another pass ball, and on his way to first is Lampkin, and all hands are safe. So a strikeout and a pass ball, second of the inning for Jason LaRue. Third strikeout for Fernandez. And the batter is Brett Tomko. Runners at first and third, and 1 out. That was a hard knuckler. It hit off the mid of LaRue. The pitch, and Tomko was swinging a miss. Atlanta and Houston hooking up in Houston. New York will be at St. Louis. The ball's a strike. Fernandez delivers. Tomko swings and lines it right at Walker at second. He gets a throw quickly off to Casey, but not quite in time to get Lampkin. So with 2 away, Trinidad Hubbard the batter. Hubbard doubled leading off the game and scored. Struck out in the second. 1 for 2. Stretch the pitch, swung on, lined into the left field. That's a base hit. Over to cut it off is done, and it's now a 9-5 ball game as Cruz scores. Lampkin moves to second. Hubbard with his 6th RBI of the year. Seven hits now for San Diego. And once again, should have been out of the inning without a run. 2 pass balls cost him an out. Here's Vasquez, Ramon Vasquez. He takes a knuckler high, ball 1. Each team was 7 hits. Jose Rio throwing in the Reds bullpen. And the pitch, that's low and inside. 2-0 the count. Ryan Klesko on deck. Pitch taken outside, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Fernandez delivers, and to the heart of the plate, a fastball. 3-1. Fernandez ready with the 3-1. And Vasquez takes ball 4, low on inside, and the bases are loaded. Well, you know, it's look at this game any way you want to, but here's a case bases are loaded, 2 out now, and should be sitting on the bench with no runs. Same thing in the second inning. What one play can do to you. Well, Fernandez sets and delivers, and Klesko bounces to first, and Tracy will take it to the bag, and that's the inning. They get a run on a couple of base hits, so no errors, 3 left. Middle of the third, the Reds 9, the Padres 5. So Tomko works to Berry, and Larkin takes outside, ball 1. Larkin, a .247 batting average coming into the game. Picked up an RBI, his 35th of the year. Tomko delivers, swung on, bounced right back to Tomko. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws, and there's one away. With 1 down, Jason LaRue steps in. Jason hit his 7th home run of the year in the first inning with Larkin on to give him a couple of ribbies, now 37. And the pitch, blowing away a ball. A 1-0. Swung on, grounded to short. Cruz fields across to Klesko, and they're 2 away. And guess what? I don't know how to tell you this, but they're going to pinch hit for Fernandez, and they should be 1 run scored off of Jared Fernandez, and he pitches 3 innings and he's out of there. That's just not fair. I don't care what Bob Boone says or anybody says. The kid should have given up 1 run, and he got to get 5 because of a, well, that's the way it is. But anyway, Juan Castro is at the plate, and Juan takes a strike on the outside corner. All that talk about knuckleballers can pitch all day, I guess that's not true, is it? Thank you. There's a fastball high, and it evens 1-1. Tomko works, and it's up high. 2-1 to Juan Castro. Juan, a 122 batting average. As a pinch hitter, he is 1 for 8. So Fernandez works 3 innings, allows 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Pitch down low and a 3-1 count.
Fernandez threw 84 pitches, 8-4, 46 strikes, 4-6.
4 of the runs were earned off Fernandez, and there's strike 2 called to Castro, and it's a full count. Tomko with the payoff, and Castro a swing and a miss, and that takes care of the Reds. They go in order for the second straight inning, and after 3, it's the Reds 9 and the Padres 5. Oh, it's Nevin, Gant, and Buchanan here in the 4th for San Diego. Rio winds and delivers, and the first pitch inside a ball. Each team with 7 hits. Rio working, it swung on and grounded to third. And Aaron fields and across to Casey in the dirt. And that is a throwing error on Aaron Boone. An easy play, but in the dirt. Casey couldn't come up with it. So credit Nevin with reaching on the error, second of the game. Make that the first error of the game. And the batter is Ron Gant. Gant has struck out and grounded to first in his 2 times up. And he looks at a strike from Rio. Jose with the 0-1, and Ronnie a swing and a miss on a good slider away, and an 0-2 count to Gant. Ryan Buchanan on deck. LaRue hangs the sign, and the 0-2 swung on, fouled off the end of the bat, that rolling to the Reds dugout. An 0-2 count. Again, the 0-2. That's strike 3 call. It gets the outside corner with a slider, and with 1 away, Ryan Buchanan the batter. Buchanan 0 for 2. He is grounded to short and popped to Casey in foul territory. A pretty good crowd tonight. Not bad. Rio works, Buchanan takes, and that misses outside, a slider. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on the splitter, and a 1-1 count to Buchanan. Debbie Cruz on deck. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and a fly ball into left center. Junior and Kern are done after. Adam has it, and there's 2 away. Well, with 2 down, Cruz steps in. He has singled each time up and has scored each time. Rio waiting on the sign from LaRue. And the stretch. He delivers. Cruz takes a fastball high and away. And the pitch. That's in for a called strike, a splitter, and it evens 1-1. A ball of strike to the Padres shortstop. Fourth inning, Reds leading at 9-5. Jose Rio delivers, and that's swung on and popped up. Casey in foul territory will make the play, and that's the inning. They strand a runner. There's one Cincinnati error in the middle of the fourth. It's the Reds 9 and the Pods 5. Todd Walker leads it off, and Tomko delivers a breaking ball and a call to strike. Walker led off the game with a base hit and scored. In fact, was up twice in that first inning. The second time up, popped out for the second out of the inning. Ground ball, and fielded by Vasquez onto Klesko, and there's one away, and we'll pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network.
Doppler 12 forecast clear and nice tonight, a low 64. Mostly to partly sunny and seasonably warm for Saturday, a high 87. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low 66, and maybe a thunderstorm Sunday. Right now it's 81 at your official weather station, News Radio 700 WLW.
Now here's Aaron Boone, and all Aaron has done is driven in 4 runs with 2 home runs, and this time he breaks his bat as he fouls it into the seats over the Reds dugout. Well, Tomko has retired 8 straight batters since the Boone home run, his second home run in the first inning. Out of an order in the second, again in the third. He was retired the first batter here in the fourth inning. Tomko working, and Boone takes down low a changeup. 1-1. That 1-1 delivery, and it's strike 2 call. That a breaking ball at the knees on the outside corner, and a 1-2 count. Tomko delivers. Boone swings, and he hits it the other way. That ball might have a chance. It'll walk, and it's gone. A home run, third home run of the game for Aaron Boone, and the Reds lead it 10-5. Oh, Aaron goes the straightaway left twice and the opposite field once, and Aaron has hit 3 second red this year to do so, and the other, of course, was Russell Branyan in San Diego. Curtain call for Aaron, and it's now a 10-5 ball game. That gives Aaron 21 home runs now and 64 RBIs. He ties Adam Dunn now for the RBI leadership at 64. Now here's Junior, and he lines one to right. That's a base hit, and he's satisfied with a single. That's hit number 9 for the Reds. And here's Adam Dunn. Adam's 0 for 2. Some activity in the San Diego bullpen. A lefty is up and throwing. Jason Kirshner, the lefty throwing in the Padre bullpen. One out with Griffey at first base and a run in. Boone has driven in half of the runs. It's low and inside, Dunn does, and it's a 2-0 count. Kearns on deck. Tomko the stretch. And the pitch. And that's blowing away. 3-0 the count. The Reds have hit 4 home runs in the game, and 3 off the bat of Aaron Boone. The other belongs to Jason LaRue. Tomko delivers, and that's a strike, a fastball. 3-1. Tomko with the 3-1. That's way inside. Ball 4. Third walk issued. 5 RBIs for Aaron Boone. Ties his career RBI total. And here comes Bruce Bochy, and that's going to be it for Brett Tomko. He's going to make a double switch. And let's see who it might be. They use a new right fielder. Kingsale will take over in right field. The new pitcher will be Kushner. And Kirshner making his 9th appearance since joining the Padres. His .727 earned run average, 8 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. And he will face Austin Kearns with 1 out and 2 on. The Reds lead at 10-5. Reds 9 big ones in the first inning, and then Aaron Boone hit his 3rd home run of the game here in the 4th to make it a 10-5 game. Aaron has driven in 5 of the 10 runs. Well, Kearns to the batter's box. He is 1 for 2 and doubled the score and scored in the first and struck out to end in the first inning. We'll make that in the second inning. Well, Kirshner ready to go to work on Kearns. Sean Casey on deck. Kirshner sets and delivers, and he misses outside with a fastball. Griffey at second, Dunn at first. Kirshner the 0-1, and that's a swing and a miss. A ball, a strike. Nine hits for the Reds to go along with their 10 runs. The Padres have had 7. Kirshner with the 1-1. Kearns takes it inside. 2-1 to count. Griffey at second leads. Kirshner with the 2-1, and Kearns takes it down low. Breaking ball, 3-1. Kirshner waiting on the sign from Lampkin. Now the stretch. And the pitch. That's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Sean Casey. Casey 1 for 2. He had a big single in the first inning to drive in a couple of runs, and then in the second grounded to Klesko at first base. Casey now with a total of 39 RBIs on the year. Kirshner sets and delivers. Casey checks his swing on a fastball, and it's in for a called strike. Griffey at third, Dunn at second, Kearns at first. A run in and 1 out. Herster, the 0-1. Casey swings and fouls. That one back and into the seats, and an 0-2 count. Larkin standing on deck. Herster in front, 0-2 to Sean Casey. The 0-2 pitch. That's high and inside, a fastball, and a 1-2 count. At 10 runs, the Reds have not stranded a base runner through the first 3 innings. A ball, 2 strikes. The stretch. And the pitch, and Casey swings and hits it up the middle. It's picked off. A soft line drive by Kirshner, and that's the inning as he throws over to Nevin. They double up Griffey. Winds up a double play. Out of it, the Reds get a run on a couple of hits. There were no errors. 2 left. After 4, Reds 10, Padres 5.
And to the left-handed batter, his first pitch of the 5th is taken for a strike. The scoreboard stumper in Riverfront Stadium / Synergy Field history, 4 pitchers have thrown no-hitters. How many can you name? Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's in for strike 2 call. Meanwhile, in Buffalo, Bengals have the ball on the Bills' 21-yard line. The score, Bills 17, Bengals 7. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Missing away for a ball. All ice creams are not created equal. Enjoy the delicious difference of United Dairy Farmers homemade brand ice cream, and you'll know why. Nothing tastes better than homemade. Swing and a drive to right, and that one's out of here. It's 10-6 as Tom Lampkin hits his 7th home run of the season. Rio got ahead in the count, and Lampkin turns one around and drives it out of here to right. So it's a 4-run difference again. It was 9-5, then 10-5, and now 10-6. And Kingsale will step in to bat for the first time. He was part of the double switch in the last inning, coming on to play right field, and he check swings a 1 bouncer to Barry Larkin, and the throw on to Casey, and that's out number 1. The batter will be Trinidad Hubbard, who's had 2 of their 8 hits. A double, a single. He has scored a run and knocked in 1. Over the time that we spend away from the ballpark, that is on the road, we still get volumes of emails, which our engineer producer, in this case Steve Bersnick, prints out when we come back home for the first of a stand, as is the case tonight. Here's a pitch, and Hubbard bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. This one came from Bill Austin in New York. If a player ends the final game of a season on a 55-game hit streak, will he be able to continue his streak on opening day of the following season? The answer is no. The streak stops with the end of that season. Also, if he has a 55-game hit streak and carries into the playoff, will hits count toward his record in the playoffs? The answer to that is no. Pitch is taken high for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We can remember Hal Morris ending a season some years back with a 22 or 23 game hitting streak, and it stopped when that current season ended. Swung on, ground ball hit toward short. Larkin up, quick throwing on to first in time. He got him by a half a step. That'll bring up Ramon Vasquez with 2 away. Another endorsement for Cool Contact refreshment towels from Old Spice. From Jeb Ballantyne from Lebanon, Ohio. Knowing how much women dislike a sweaty man, I went and purchased some Old Spice Cool Contact refreshment towels. My family didn't quite know what to make of me and my purchase until we attended a funeral in Houston in the middle of July. There's the ultimate test. Pitch is in for a strike. Suddenly everyone, my family, friends, even complete strangers, were asking me for Cool Contact refreshment towels. Needless to say, We could not have survived the experience without him. So on behalf of my family and myself, I want to extend our sincere appreciation and say thank you from the bottom of our armpits. Longtime fan, first-time emailer, Jeb Ballantyne, Lebanon, Ohio. Don't stink this summer. Pitch is taken high for a ball. Nothing like personal endorsements. We don't make them up, folks. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and a run in. Rijo pitching, Vasquez fouling. He has walked, singled, and walked again, has knocked in a run. Reds 10, San Diego 6. The last time these two teams met, last Sunday afternoon at Qualcomm Stadium, it was 15-10 the final score. We're 9 runs away from equaling that tonight. Here's a foul ball down the left field line that'll drop out of play, and the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tom Lampkin has homered here in the inning. The first long ball of the night for the Padres. Swing and a line drive into right. That's a base hit. Second hit of the inning, and the second hit off of Rijo, bringing Klesko up. He's had a chance to do some real damage in this game. 2 on, none out. In the first, he flied to left. Reached on a fielder's choice to get an RBI in the 3-run second, and then ended the third by grounding to Casey to leave the bases loaded. So the Reds have had success against this guy tonight as Rijo backs him off the plate, ball 1. San Diego climbing back in this one, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Casey staying on the bag, trying to keep Vasquez close. Rijo needs a strike, pitching behind in the count, and that's on the inside for a call, strike 1. 2-1. There has been scoring in every inning in this game. Either one team or the other. Here's a line drive, hit foul. Off the Reds' dugout and bouncing back beyond the first base coaching box. Rob Pichello, or rather Alan Trammell, former fine infielder with the Detroit Tigers and one of the class acts in baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 out. Klesko hits a drive to right field. Down the line, it will be a foul ball. To show you how classy Alan Trammell is, when Sparky Anderson was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000, Trammell, at that time a member of Bruce Bochy's coaching staff in San Diego, asked for and received permission to leave the club so he could be in Cooperstown for Sparky's induction. Sparky, of course, managed Trammell throughout his career as a member of the Detroit Tigers, and it was a classy move on the part of the former Tiger shortstop. John Riedling now warming up in the Reds bullpen, and Rijo with a break-even pitch, runner going, and Klesko taking, and the throw down, not in time, a stolen base. Number 4 for Ramon Vasquez. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Phil Nevin. Rijo looking, gloved hand on left knee, still staring in for the sign. And now with a motion. And the payoff pitch. And it's grounded to second. Played by Walker, and the throw to first ends the inning. They get a run on 2 hits with a man left. We're in the middle of inning 5. Offense, big time tonight. Reds 10, Padres 6. 10-6 Cincinnati as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Barry Larkin, who has gone 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI base hit in that 9-run first inning. He's also scored a run, and he's a leadoff batter against a left-hander Kirshner. And Barry bunts, but bunts foul. Strike 1. Don't miss the Reds final series here at Synergy. Tickets are still available for Friday night, September the 20th. The Reds and the Phils at 7:10, and following the game will be the biggest fireworks display in Reds history. You won't want to miss this farewell celebration. Get your tickets now for Friday, September the 20th. Part of the Reds' final series ever at Synergy Field, Riverfront Stadium. To order tickets, call 381-REDS. Final series sponsored by Conn's, Kroger, Pepsi, Provident Bank, and 700 WLW. 1 ball, 1 strike on the .248 batting Larkin. And a swing and a fly ball that Kingsale will get, moving a bit toward right center, 1 out. Jason LaRue hit a 2-run home run in the first inning. He's 1 for 2. Brett Tomko, 3 1/3, 9 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Jared Fernandez, 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. LaRue waves at Kirshner's first pitch, strike 1. Checking scores of other games. Brought to you by Montgomery Inn. Enjoy the world's greatest ribs wherever you are. Montgomery Inn, 1-800-USA-RIBS. In the National League after 2.5. Atlanta 2, Houston nothing. Rafael Furcal is homered. Montreal, Jose Macias, a 2-run bomb in the first. 2-0 over the Brewers in the third inning. Cardinals on an Eduardo Perez home run up early against the Mets, 1-0 in the third. 2 balls and a strike. They're the games that are currently underway in the National League. So the Cardinals are winning, the Astros are losing. And the Reds are up 10-6 here in the 5th inning against San Diego. 1 out in the pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air to right. Kingsale coming, and they're 2 out. And we'll pause again for identification on the Redlegs Radio Network.
Tri-state couple arrested for a string of thefts in Coleraine Township. A worldwide child porn ring is stopped, and actor Charlton Heston has Alzheimer's. Details on these and other stories after the game on News Radio 700 WLW Cincinnati.
Pinch hitter off the Reds bench. Second of the night. This time it's Brandon Larson to bat for Rijo. So John Riedling will be out there in the 6th inning. And Larson takes a strike. Kirshner dealing, Larson taking, and it's even at 1-1. Swung on and hit to short. The pickup by Davy Cruz, throwing to end the inning, and the Reds are out in order for the 3rd time tonight. Yet, at the end of 5, Cincinnati leads 10-6.
Padres bat in the 6th inning, down 4 at 10-6. So Rio works 2 innings, allows 2 hits, a run, and he struck out 1. And he would stand to be the winner in this one. So Riedling completing his warm-ups. Here's Marty.
All right, this call to the bullpen brought to you by Cincinnati Bell. If you're going wireless around here, go with the people who live here. Cincinnati Bell. Nevin, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's the man who starts it off here in the top of the 6th inning. Kind of interesting, thanks to our crack research department, named Joe Nuxall. The Reds with 3 home runs in a game. It's interesting because this, of course, is the 2nd time this season, and in fact, the 2nd time in less than a week. Russell Branyan did it last Sunday against the Padres. Aaron Boone will be batting in the bottom of the 6th inning with 3 home runs and as many times up. First pitch of ball to Nevin. The last time 2 Reds in the same year hit 3 home runs was in 1999. Jeffrey Hammonds against Colorado, Greg Vaughn versus the Chicago Cubs. Here's a swing and a pop-up out of play beyond the Reds' dugout. Prior to that, in 1956, 4 different Reds hit 3 home runs in a ball game. Gus Bell, Ed Bailey, Ted Kluszewski, and Bob Thurman. Prior to that, Gus Bell and Smokey Burgess in 1955. So some fairly select company to have it done by 2 players in one season. Although that powerful 56 club, doing it 4 different players. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Phil Nevin. Ron Gant on deck to be followed by the pitcher. And a swing and a miss, and Riedling starts well by punching out the San Diego third baseman. Here's Gant, who has struck out, bounced out, and struck out again. For those of you who might be coming to the ball game tomorrow night, this reminder: because of the setup for Sunday's Michael W. Smith postgame concert, Mering Way westbound lanes will be closed to general traffic from 8 a.m. tomorrow until 10 p.m. on Sunday. Two-way traffic will exist on the southbound Riverside lanes. The Synergy Field parking garage can be entered from the west by taking Central Avenue to Mering Way, passing Paul Brown Stadium. 1-0 on the right-handed batting Gant. The pitchers to throw no-hitters at Riverfront Synergy Field. Kenny Holtzman started in June of '71, 1-0 for the Cubs over the Reds. Rick Wise did it 20 days later, 4-0 for the Phillies over the Reds. And since then, 2 no-hitters thrown by Reds pitchers. Tom Seaver in June of '78 over the Cardinals. And, of course, the never-to-be-forgotten perfect game thrown by Tom Browning in September 16th, '88, 1-0 over Tim Belcher and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Holtzman and Wise as visiting pitchers, Seaver and Browning as Reds pitchers, 4 of them since this ballpark opened. 2-1 the count on Gant with 1 out. Here's a pitch and a foul. Kevin Walker warming up in the San Diego bullpen, a young man just activated when the Padres placed left-handed rookie Oliver Perez on the DL. Perez was due to pitch on Sunday. Obviously, he can't now, so they'll turn to left-hander Bobby M. Jones after Bobby J. Jones goes tomorrow night against Ryan Dempster. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the waiting Ron Gant, and it's in the dirt. Riedling strikes out Nevin. He's gone the distance, 3-2 on Gant. Reds lead 10-6 here in the 6th inning. And he struck him out swinging. Third time Gant is fanned tonight. Riedling came in on him, and now it'll be a pinch hitter for the pitcher. Looks like Bubba Trammell is off the San Diego bench. Reds on Radio website is up and running. For insight into our broadcast, dial up redsonradio.com, courtesy of SuperNet. SuperNet is Cincinnati's complete internet and network solutions provider. Visit SuperNet tonight at snohio.net. 2 out, the 223 batting Trammell, fly ball, center field. Inning should be over, and it is. And in the middle of the 6th, the Reds 10, the Padres 6.
Kevin Walker, he makes his major league debut here tonight at Tommy John surgery in August of last year. And now making his first appearance as a major leaguer against the Reds, and he's ready to go, and here's Marty.
All right, he'll be facing Todd Walker in the top of the batting order, and of course all eyes are right now on the man standing in the on-deck circle, and Aaron Boone, who has homered in each of his first 3 times at the plate. So Kevin Walker, as Joe mentioned, coming back from Tommy John surgery and settling in to go to work here in the bottom of the 6th inning, facing Todd Walker. 1 for 3 on the night, and the first pitch is taken high, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch, and it's fouled back. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. That's taken high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Jason Kirshner worked an inning and 2/3. He walked a batter. The wind-up in the pitch, and it's in there for strike 2 call. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got tricked.
Yeah, this is This is the 87th big league appearance for Todd Walker.
We read their notes and don't mention.
Here's a line drive over third, down the left field line, base hit. Walker turns first. Ron Gant backhands, comes up throwing. Todd goes into second with a double. Here comes Aaron Boone. Nobody in the long and legendary history of this great Reds baseball franchise has ever hit 4 home runs in a ball game. Aaron Boone, 2-run homer to left center in the first, 2-run homer to left in the first, 2-run homer, a solo homer to right field in the fourth, and the pitch to him, and it's in there for a call strike. Time call now as Tom Lampkin goes to the mound to hand deliver the ball to Walker. 2 years ago, Walker was 7-1 in 70 appearances, all in relief for the Padres with a .419 earned run average. Last year appeared in 16 games without a record. Then, of course, had the problems, ultimately undergoing the Tommy John surgery, and now he's in for the first time this season. 1 strike as Boone waits with Walker at second and the pitch, and a high pop-up that'll be out of play over behind the Reds dugout, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Steaks, chops, burgers, dogs, find all your cookout favorites in the Kroger Meat Department. Kroger, you can count on us. Aaron Boone has delighted this crowd tonight with 3 home runs. As we mentioned, the second player in less than a week to do it, and each has done it against the San Diego Padres. Russell Branyan last Sunday on the coast, Aaron Boone tonight, and he hopes he's not done. 0-2 the count as Walker looks down for the sign from Lampkin. The look back at second where Walker leads, and the pitch, and it's taken in the dirt, a ball. Now Bruce Bochy going with 2 straight lefties out of his bullpen. First Jason Kirshner and now Kevin Walker. Aaron with a ball and 2 strike count. 21 home runs, 64 runs batted in. He, as Joe mentioned earlier, is now tied Adam Dunn for club RBI leadership. Swung on and pulled foul at third. So Boone with 21 home runs, Dunn with 24, and each with 64 runs batted in. Aaron levels the bat. Stares out toward the left-hander on the mound, Kevin Walker. 10-6 Cincinnati in the 6th inning with Todd Walker at second, and now Aaron calls time, and the left-hander of the Padres steps off the pitching rubber. Boone waving the bat around and now waiting. And the stretch, and the pitch, and it's taken down, a ball. 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Reds are 1 home run shy of equaling their 1-game output this season, and that again was last Sunday when they hit 5 home runs in a 15-10 win against the Padres. 2 balls, 2 strikes, Boone. And the pitch from Kevin Walker's on the way, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That does not take away at all from the fans' admiration of the Reds' third baseman. That brings up Ken Griffey Jr., who's walked, struck out, and singled. He has scored a run. Reds have collected 10 hits to go with their 10 runs, so they are 2/3 of the way home toward the hit total that they had for the entire 3-game series in Colorado. Returning to Synergy Field, at least for tonight, has been exactly the tonic that they needed. Here's Griffey, and now Walker steps off after coming set. Meanwhile, the Rangers and the Indians in Cleveland. Kenny Rogers pitching for Texas. He walked Jim Tomei leading off the 8th inning, and that breaks up Kenny Rogers' perfect game bid. Junior takes a strike. He does, however, still have a no-hitter. through 7 innings, and now we understand that the no-hitter is gone. Milton Bradley has doubled in the 8th to break up the Rogers no-hit bid. 1 strike and nothing on Junior, trying to get Walker in from second, and he swings and the ball gets away from the catcher, and on to third base goes Walker, and it's 0-2 on Griffey. No balls and 2 strikes. They'll charge the catcher Lampkin with a pass ball, and that'll force the San Diego infield in. Griffey calls time. Walker waiting on number 30 to get back in the box, hitting against a drawn-in infield. From the windup, the check of the runner with a look and the pitch, and missing up and away. 1 ball and a couple of strikes. It's been feast or famine for the Reds tonight. They had 9 runs on 7 hits in the first inning, out in order in the second, out in order in the third, scored in the fourth, out in order in the fifth. The pitch. Junior fouls at the plate. And they've had a hit here in the 6th inning, the double by Walker, who, after the strikeout of Boone, advances on the pass ball. So the Reds bidding to get a 5-run lead again. They trail 1-0. They led 9-1, 9-4, 9-5, 10-5, and now 10-6. We're in the 6th inning. The left-hander winds, kicks, and deals, and he checks his swing on a bad ball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atlanta 2, Houston nothing in the 4th. The Mets have tied the Cardinals up 1-1 that game after 3.5 at Busch Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a bad ball down and away. Back-to-back punch-outs for Kevin Walker, bringing up Adam Dunn. He's popped up, he's flied out. He has also had a walk. But his offensive struggles continue big time. 3 hits now in his last 27 official at-bats. Taking a ball, it gets through the legs of the catcher, and here comes Walker home. 11-6. Tom Lampkin had that ball go right between his legs, and for a moment I don't think he realized it or knew where it was. He was slow to react. And when Walker saw that at third base, he came home easily. Charge Kevin Walker with a wild pitch. In there for a call strike, 1-1. Swung on and hit hard into right center field. That's a base hit. Quickly over to cut it off, Trinidad Hubbard. Dunn wants 2. Here comes a throw. He's in there with a double. Heads up base running by Adam Dunn. Never broke stride as he rounded first and goes into second with a 2-base hit. Inning continues for Austin Kearns.
Tomorrow morning, wake up with Gary.
Has doubled in 2 official trips with a walk. Reds have scored off of Walker. That'll be an earned run, and now Kearns steps in to try and get Adam Dunn home from second base. The 15 runs the Reds scored last Sunday in San Diego represent a season's high, and they're sitting on 11 right now. Stretching the pitch. Swung on and line foul into the seats down the left field line. Like a pinball bouncing around. win tonight, and the Reds go over 500 at home, which has been something of a struggle for them, and that will certainly be an achievement. And once getting over the 500 mark, they can add to it with 9 more games remaining on this homestand. Swung on, line drive, base hit left field. Adam Dunn will come home. The Reds lead it 12-6. Kearns has his second hit and his 44th run batted in. Greg Booker will jog to the mound from the third base dugout to visit with Kevin Walker. The Reds present Michael W. Smith in a post-game concert. It's this Sunday. Reds and the Padres play at 1:15, and then 30 minutes after the game's final out, contemporary Christian artist Michael W. Smith takes the stage. Bring your friends and family to hear the smooth sounds of this singer, whose hits such as Friends have topped the pop music charts. His concert is free with a game ticket, so come see the Reds, the Padres, and Michael W. Smith Sunday, August 11th. For tickets, call 381-REDS or go to CincinnatiReds.com. Speaking of concerts, Tracy Jones later tonight will look askance at the Dave Matthews concert last night. A critical review. Here's a pitch to Sean Casey, in for a strike. Tracy was at the concert last night along with our engineer-producer Steve Versnick and Amy Schneider and Molly Mott. I think half the Reds front office was there. Here's a swing and a miss. Of course, Ashley Brenneman. Front and center, boy. Tracy will have some interesting observations on the Dave Matthews concert. 2 strikes and nothing on Casey, who had a 2-run single in the first. He's 1 for 3. The check of the runner, the pitch, and it stays away. Jeremy Feacock, a right-hander, warms in the San Diego bullpen. Reds have scored twice here in the 6th off of Kevin Walker making his seasonal debut, and coming back to Casey after the check of Kearns and a bouncing ball foul. Slowly hit, backhanded by Ryan Klesko, and a toss-up into the seats about 4 rows back to make a fan ecstatically happy. You heard Hal McCoy's comments yesterday from Denver about Casey's first night in Columbus, night before last, and what a tremendous hit he was up there, signing autographs endlessly, visiting with fans. That is the essence of Sean Casey. I mean, they had 2 or 3 pictures of Casey on the front page of the Columbus Clippers website. That's a Yankee farm club. He will impress people wherever he goes and whatever he does. He hits it hard. Diving stop by Ryan Klesko. Wow. He just took an extra base hit away from Casey, and lying on the ground, reached with his gloved hand to tap the bag and end the inning. But a 2-spot. And at the end of 6, the Reds 12 and the Padres 6.
So Riedling will be up 3rd in the 7th inning. This will be his final inning of work. He's ready to work to Debbie Cruz. Tom Lampkin on deck, and Cruz takes the first pitch. A slider and a strike on the outside corner. Outfield straight away to Cruz, the Padres shortstop. The 0-1 swung on and grounded foul off third. And an 0-2 count to Cruz. LaRue hangs the sign, and Riedling delivers the 0-2, and that's way outside a slider. A ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. That's a big first inning when they scored 9 times. Since then, they've scored 3. The pitch, swing and a miss on another slider, and a good one. 3rd strikeout for John Riedling. And with 1 away, Tom Lampkin, the batter, he is 1 for 2. walked and scored in the second, struck out and reached in the third, then hit his 7th home run of the year and the 5th, leading off the inning off Rio. Left-handed batter, Lampkin. Kingsale on deck. Riedling works, and Lampkin takes low, ball 1. Of all those strikes, Riedling ready with the 1-0, and Lampkin checks his swing, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Fastball, 1-1. A ball, a strike. Riedling to the plate, swung on, foul. That was back and into the seats, and it's a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes to Tom Lampkin, 1 out here in the 7th. Reds up 12-6. John Riedling, 3rd pitcher used by Bob Boone tonight. And again delivers the 1-2 to Lampkin, and that's taken low and inside and in the dirt, bouncing away from LaRue. Count evens 2-2. I didn't announce the attendance tonight, but as we mentioned, a pretty good crowd. And the break-even pitch swung on, bounced right back to Riedling. He picks it off, flips it to Casey, and they're 2 away. That'll bring Gene Kingsale to the plate. He is up for the 2nd time. Hit in the 5th inning, grounded Larkin at short. Kingsale had a pretty good series in San Diego against the Reds. Riedling, one of the few relievers that works from the windup. He delivers down low, a ball. Most all relievers now come into the game, work from the stretch, but not Riedling. Of all those strikes, Trinidad Hubbard on deck. And there's a strike at the knees, a fastball, and it evens 1-1. A ball, a strike to Kingsale. He takes this breaking pitch low and inside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 out, 12-6 Reds. Riedling to the plate. That swung on and line to Walker, and that takes care of the Padres. That's 6 in a row for John Riedling. Middle of the 6th, Reds 12, Padres 6. Fikak becomes pitcher number 4 for San Diego. This will be his 47th appearance, 3-6 with a .526 earned run average, 49 innings, 49 2/3 to be exact. He's allowed 52 hits, has walked 27, and struck out 43. And he will face Barry Larkin. Barry 1 for 3 and an RBI. He singled, scored, and drove in a run in the 1st inning. Fikak ready to go to work on Lark, and the first pitch is swung on and a fly ball to right. Kingsale moving toward the line. He has it. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring Jason LaRue to the plate. Jason 1 for 3, but that one, a 2-run homer in the 1st inning, his 7th of the year. Reggie Taylor moves on deck. He will hit for John Reilly. Peacock delivers to LaRue inside the ball.
On deck, number 19, Reggie Taylor, number 19.
Fifth inning in Houston, the Braves 2, the Astros 2. Fifth inning in St. Louis, the Mets 1, the Cardinals 1. Swing and a miss by LaRue, and it evens 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a good slider, and it's a ball, 2 strikes. Montreal beating up on Milwaukee in the 4th inning, 7-3. In the 2nd inning, Colorado, the Rockies leading the Cubs 1-0. Peacock with the 1-2. LaRue swings and misses a splitter, and that's a strikeout. First for Peacock, and here's Reggie Taylor. Reggie up for the first time. Taylor, of course, pinch hit home run yesterday, his 3rd of the year. Overall, Reggie has hit 7 while driving in 27, 5 doubles, 2 triples, a .262 batting average, 3 for 11 as a pinch hitter. To make that 11th for 34 as a pinch hitter, and he takes a strike from Peacock. Todd Walker on deck with 2 out. Peacock, the changeup had him way out in front, and it's 0-2. And Peacock ready with the 0-2. And it's down low, a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reggie Taylor. Reds have been retired in order in 3 innings tonight. The 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th. Here's the 1-2, and that's strike 3 call. That one on the inside corner to knees, and Reds go in order here in the 7th, and after 7, it's Reds 12 and the Padres 6.
In terms of who gets the win in this game, this type of game, it's a prerogative of the official scorer, and no decision has been made as yet, whether it be Jose Rijo, who gave up a run in his 2 innings, or Riedling, who pitched 2 perfect innings. Here's Hubbard bunting hard and foul at first base, strike 1. Fans, a reminder, all this season, AK Steel donates $200 to charity for every Red stolen base. Again, this season, every Red steal is an AK Steel. $17,400 is the total for the year. The Reds have swiped 87 of them. Here's a bunt, first base side. That'll be picked up by Casey, underhanding to White. And the runner beat him to the bag. That'll be a bunt single for Trinidad Hubbard, his 3rd hit of the night, and hit number 10 for San Diego. Leadoff bunt single, bringing up Ramon Vasquez, who looks for his 3rd hit. Aaron Boone will, in all likelihood, have 1 final shot at a 4-home-run game. He is due up 2nd when the Reds bat in the bottom of the inning. Cincinnati leading by 6, 12-6 here in the 8th. White sights a sign, stretches, and delivers to the left-hand batter, and a foul ball back, strike 1. Tonight, of course, the first night of the Jersey Off Their Back fundraising promotion. Proceeds benefiting the Cincinnati Reds Community Fund, the official nonprofit organization of the Reds. 36 autographed jerseys over 12 dates in a silent auction format. Here's a slow roller hit towards short. Larkin will flip to second base in time for the out on a very close play. They get Trinidad Hubbard at second base, Larkin to Walker. Brian Klesko is 0 for 4 with a run batted in. Tonight was the night that started all off. It'll run through Friday, September the 13th. Reds Community Fund will offer 4 jerseys per date to be bid on by fans in a silent auction format inside Synergy Field at Gate 13. Bidding on each jersey begins once the gates open and closes 10 minutes after the first pitch of the 7th inning. So tonight's first offering in the silent auction has been closed. The next one will be a week from tomorrow in the second game of that Reds-Astros series here. Pitch is taken and the count's 2 balls and no strikes. The remaining dates after tonight: Saturday, August 17th, Monday, August 19th, Tuesday, August 27th, Wednesday the 28th, Thursday the 29th, Friday, August 30th, Saturday the 31st, and then Tuesday, September 10th, Wednesday the 11th, Thursday the 12th, and Friday, September 13th. Here's a grounder foul that goes into the Cincinnati dugout. The count's 2 balls and 1 strike. For more information, contact the Reds Community Fund, 513-421-4510, extension 4018. Casey playing behind Vasquez at first. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on Ryan Klesko. And the stretch in the pitch by White. They pitch out thinking that Vasquez might be running, but he wasn't. Question from Bob Bowser: have 2 brothers ever hit 2 first-inning home runs in the same year before? That's a very good question. Brett Boone hit 2 home runs in 1 inning, the first inning against the White Sox a couple of months ago. That pitch is in for a call strike. Aaron Boone hits 2 home runs in the first inning tonight against San Diego. 3-2 the count on Klesko. I don't think so. Here's a 3-2 pitch. And it's lined into right field. That's a hit. He hit that ball hard. It goes to the wall. Picked up by Kearns. They will have runners at second and third. Great throw by Austin Kearns to turn it into a close play at second. Klesko is safe. Oh, San Diego trying to put some more runs on the board.
Right now, Bob Boone and Greg Lynn are going to the mound to check on Gabe's toe. There's no question about it. See if he's all right. Gabe says he's okay, and Bob and Greg head back to the dugout.
This does not count as an official trip to the mound, and plate umpire Jeff Nelson signals to the Padres dugout exactly that. Phil Nevin has already knocked in 2 runs tonight. He's 2 for 4. Here's a pitch. Taken ball 1. Email from Larry Myers talking about Sean Casey and his appearance the last 2 nights with the Louisville Bats in Columbus. The 1-0 pitch. Taken ball 2. Larry said that Casey was really animated in the dugout, encouraging guys and sharing tips with all the players, but the most amazing thing occurred when the game was over. He patiently and with a smile on his face signed autographs for every single person who crowded around the dugout area, numbering hundreds, both nights. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul. Many a Columbus Clipper fan walked out of the park saying that Mr. Casey was a true class act. It was even reported in the local paper. To hear the fans of the Clippers give Casey a rousing ovation at every at-bat, including a standing O after his 2-run homer last night that put the home team down 3 runs, was a tribute to his down-home values. Those translate into appreciation anywhere you find yourself. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Foul ball back. In closing, Larry says anytime. Oh, that's a personal note. Brookside Country Club in Worthington. Maybe. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Reds leading 12-6 here in the 8th. And the stretch by Gabe White. Pitching. And it's hit hard. Diving stop by Walker from his knees. The throw is in time. Fine play by second baseman Todd Walker to take a hit away from Phil Nevin. Although Vasquez scores, making it 12-7. And Klesko goes to third. Third RBI for Phil Nevin, raising his season's total to 39, and the 2-out batter is Ron Gant. First pitch is taken for a strike. Scott Sullivan warming up in the bullpen. White back to the plate, and it's in there for strike 2 call. Gant has struck out, bounced out, struck out, and struck out again. 3 times he's fanned tonight. Julius Matos is in the dugout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Email from William Heil, who says Art Shamsky hit 4 home runs in the early 60s for the Reds at Crosley. He hit 4 home runs in consecutive at-bats over 2 games. Right?
Jerry Lynch.
He said Shamsky. Was it Lynch?
Shamsky.
Yeah, but over 2 games, right? Yeah, not in 1 ball game. 4 consecutive at-bats over a couple of games, not in 1 game. Swung on and fouled back. Nothing in 2 and holding on Gant. Runner at third, a run in. We're in the top of the 8th. Gabe White, the 4th Reds pitcher tonight, is ready with his 2 strikes and nothing delivery, and it's just high for a ball. Trying to end the inning. Gant trying to prolong it. And he strikes out swinging. 4 times tonight. We're in the middle of the 8th inning, and the Reds lead San Diego 12-7. Todd Walker, who made a dazzling defensive play in the 8th inning, will lead things off here in the bottom of the 8th, and he's batting for Bill Malloy of Cincinnati. First pitch is taken low and away for a ball. Again, addressing this 4 home run business. Bill in Covington for the 2nd time. 4 home runs in 4 consecutive at-bats, Bill, over 2 games. The Reds have never had a player hit 4 home runs in 1 game in the history of this franchise. Here's a pitch, and it's lined into right, a base hit. Here's Aaron Boone. Boone has homered 3 times in 4 at-bats. The pitch. And a bouncer by the mound, slowly hit. Second baseman charging. He didn't come up with anything. As he started for the ball, Todd Walker went by him. Vasquez wanted to pick the ball up and tag the runner. He left the ball in the dirt. That should be an infield base hit, and will be. Well, Aaron Boone will finish the night 4 for 5, 3 home runs. Here's Junior, who has had a single and 3 times up with a walk and a run scored, batting for James Hopkins of Cincinnati. Nobody out. And the pitch. And he takes it low, a ball. Junior on Well, tomorrow we'll host This Week in Baseball presented by Pepsi at 12:30. He swings and fouls it at the plate prior to the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week on Fox 19 here in Cincinnati. This week, Griffey Jr., who has been featured on This Week in Baseball throughout his 14-year career for his various feats on and off the field, makes his debut as host. And that will be tomorrow at 12:30 prior to the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. Here's a 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Walker at second, Boone at first, none out. Griffey batting for James Hopkins of Cincinnati with Adam Dunn on deck. The Reds with a 12-7 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. The right-hander looks back at second. Griffey calls time. Second inning of work for Fekoch, who retired the Reds in order in the 7th. Junior waiting, and the right-hander turns it loose. And a high fly, but foul to right field. To enter the big payoff inning, send a postcard with your name, address, and phone number to Big Payoff Inning, P.O. Box 1824, Cincinnati, Ohio. The zip is 45201. Swung on, fly ball, left field. Ron Gant coming on to play it, and he does for out number 1. Here's Adam Dunn batting for Nancy Filter of Cincinnati. Dunn had a double and he scored a run in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. Fekoch checking the runners at first and second, delivers. Dunn swings and fouls. Strike 1. Well, it's always nice to hear from Reds Fever Ray. Mama Carter. Dunn taking a ball. This one is a little bit too long to read tonight, but you can bet that it will be read tomorrow night. We are always more than happy to hear from Reds Fever Ray and Mama Carter, Little Augie. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Dunn checking, and the pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two men on with 1 man out here in the bottom of the 8th. Dunn taking inside, and the count goes to 3-1. Now Austin Kearns waiting on deck. The right-hander straightens up and fires, and there's ball 4. The bases are loaded. So 2 big payoff inning winners tonight. Bill Malloy of Cincinnati, Louis Heidbuck of Mount Healthy. Again, gentlemen, the number you must call. Have both called? All right. Congratulations, the 2 winners who have already checked in, and they have claimed their prizes. Austin Kearns looking for hit number 3 of the night, and he's at the plate with the bases loaded. Kara Ellis from Columbus also took the time to email us and laud the praises of Sean Casey for the attention that he showed baseball fans at Cooper Stadium last night. 1 ball and no strikes. Said he was signing autographs when the stadium lights were turned out. Kara said, I can't tell you what an impression he made on me, my 9-year-old brother, and 13-year-old sister. Call strike, 1-1. Mets have gone in front of the Cardinals 2-1. That game's in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Reds lead by 5, trying to get some more. Austin Kearns waiting on the 1-1 pitch, and here it comes. And a ground ball shortstop. Cruz, Vasquez, the throw to first is a double play, and the inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. We move to the 9th inning. It's the Reds 12 and the Padres 7. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Julius Matos is announced as the San Diego pinch hitter, and Bob Boone out of the dugout, taking Gabe White out, bringing Danny Graves on to face Scott Sullivan, to face the right-handed batting Matos. And Matos steps in with a .258 batting average. Scott's 61st appearance. Record of 6 wins, 3 losses, and a 46 earned run average. 1 save on the year, not, however, in a saving situation tonight. Satisfy your appetite and your busy schedule with JTM's beef pulled pork or spicy chicken barbecue. You'll find them all in your grocer's freezer. JTM. Matos takes the strike. 8:39 remaining in the 4th quarter. Bengals 24, Buffalo 17. Bengals trying to go 1-0 out of the gate. Here's a call strike. Gabe White works an inning, allows 2 hits and a run. He struck out a batter. Feacock's 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. The pitch swung on and tapped foul. Checking scores of other games brought to you by Toshiba Business Solutions. Visit their business center near Gate 9 on the plaza level. Make copies, send a fax, and wrap up your business deal at the yard, courtesy of Toshiba Business Solutions. Sullivan back with the 0-2, and it's high and inside. In the 9th inning, the Anaheim Angels trail in Toronto 5-3. In the bottom of the 9th, Minnesota leading Boston 5-4. Twins trying to break a 4-game losing streak. That's a ball, 2-2. Final scores: Texas has beaten Cleveland 3-2. Baltimore shut out by Detroit 3-0. Oakland 2, Yankees 0. That game is in the bottom of the 8th. The A's have just scored twice in the 8th to get the scoring underway in that game. Swing and a foul. Seattle losing in Chicago 6-0 in the 7th. Tampa Bay and Kansas City 2-2 at the end of 6. We'll have all the scores of all the games right after this one is wrapped up, and we're in the top of the 9th with the Reds leading 12-7. Pitch way outside. So Sullivan was in front 0-2 and is yet to put Matos away. He's run the string out. Foul ball. Count staying at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scott with a stretch and the payoff pitch one more time. Matos swings and misses. Got him with a pitch away. That's a 9th strikeout in the ball game for Cincinnati pitching. Here's Davy Cruz, the shortstop. He takes strike 1. 7-10 tomorrow night. Bobby J. Jones, a right-hander, 7-5. Ryan Dempster, a right-hander, 6-11. No balls and 2 strikes. And the stretch in the pitch, missing way outside a ball. Now's a great time for a delicious Conn's mildly seasoned hot dog, the official hot dog of the Reds. Conn's, the taste you've always loved. We have been informed. Here's a pitch. And a broken bat liner into left for a base hit. Davy Cruz picks up his third hit. This young man has been swinging the bat well for an extended period for San Diego. That hit his third and hit number 12 for the Padres. And it brings up Tom Lampkin, who homered back in the 5th inning. If the Reds maintain the lead, the win would go to John Riedling. Part of the rule that applies to situations such as we had tonight, that is, a starting pitcher not going the necessary 5 innings to qualify for a win, is the effectiveness of those who follow, if there's some question as to who might get the victory. It obviously came down between Jose Rijo and John Riedling. Rijo worked 2 innings, allowed 2 hits and a run. Riedling went 2 innings, retired 6 in a row, and struck out 3. John Riedling would be credited with a victory. Here's a fly ball hit down the left field line, curving out of play. The common hitters that the two faced in the game were Nevin Gant and Buchanan. One reached, well, actually, of the 3, they both retired, those 3 batters. Well, Nevin reached, but that was on a throwing error with Rijo on the mound by Aaron Boone. And Nevin Gant and Buchanan retired in the 6th inning, and Riedling struck out the first 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on Lampkin, 1 out. Runner at first base is Davy Cruz. Reds 12, San Diego 7. Swing and a miss. Sullivan. Here's a stretch in the pitch, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So now Gene Kingsale comes up with 2 outs. Ryan Emmerich from Lima says, what are the chances of Aaron Boone having a 30-30 season? I'd say right now, if we don't have a work stoppage, pretty good. I mean, he's sitting now on, 21 home runs. Pretty good. I think definitely as far as the steals are concerned, and maybe having to go a bit to hit 30 home runs, but if he has another night or 2 where he hits multiple home runs in a game, not necessarily 3, then his chances are going to be good. Kingsale down a strike with 2 out. Sullivan dealing, and the pitch is up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Houston now has jumped in front of Atlanta 5-2 in the 6th inning. While in the 6th, the Mets lead the Cardinals 2-1. Way inside, ball 2. Reds began this night with a 9-run first inning. They have never trailed. Pitch misses low for a ball. It's 3-1. It really appeared that Jared Fernandez was going to have an easy go of it to pick up his 2nd big league victory, but his inability for the most part to throw strikes and a play that should have been made by Barry Larkin but wasn't. Here's a ground ball foul in shallow center that went for a base hit, plus a couple of pass balls. But the pass balls, those things happen with a knuckleball pitcher on the mound. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Davy Cruz will be running at first base. The left-handed batting Kingsale, and the payoff to him, and a line drive into right field down the line. That's a hit. Here comes Cruz to third, being waved around by Tim Flannery. A double by Kingsale keeps the Padres batting here in the 9th inning. It's a 12-8 ball game. Trinidad Hubbard due up, but he will be taken down. And Mark Kotze, a left-hand batter, will come off the bench. San Diego not done yet. 1-out single by Cruz, 2-out double by Kingsale. And here's Kotze, a 300 batter with 11 homers. He hits him left-handed. And he takes it for a strike. Sullivan sets and delivers. It's high for a ball. 22,708 turnout for tonight's Titanic struggle. 22,708. The stretch and the pitch. Swing, and he lifts it back of the plate and out of play. Foul ball. So Sullivan again is within 1 out of wrapping it up. He delivers to Kotze after the check of Kingsale, and he struck him out swinging. Or did he? Nope. Foul ball. Just ticked it off the mid of Jason LaRue, and they'll do it again with the count holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sullivan looks in for the sign, and he pitches. He's high with it, 2-2. Fernandez went 3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Rio 2 innings, 2 hits and a run. Riedling 2 perfect innings. Gabe White an inning, 2 hits with a run. And now Sullivan has given up a run in the ninth. Kotze batting for Trinidad Hubbard. And he swings and hits one to deep right. That's out of here. Home run. A pinch hit, 2 out, 2-run homer by Mark Kotze, and all of a sudden it's 12-10. So Scott Sullivan route for 3 runs here in the 9th inning. San Diego is drawn to within 2 now, and Ramon Vasquez steps in. Bruce Bochy would love to see him get on base and give Ryan Klesko a chance to tie this game up. Third career pinch hit home run for Kotze, and a first pitch strike to Vasquez. He's had 2 hits tonight, has knocked in a run, has stolen a base. There are far more times this second half of the year when Scott Sullivan has given up runs than there have been times when he hasn't. Swing and a foul, and the count's a ball, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Reds beat them 15-10 last Sunday. They lead 12-10 tonight. Sullivan trying to close the door for the 3rd time in the inning. He is a strike away. And he pitches. A check swing foul. Klesko waiting on deck. Danny Graves warming up in the bullpen. He who threw 30 pitches yesterday in the 9th inning in Denver. The 0-2 pitch. Missing away for a ball. You give San Diego a lot of credit. They were behind 9-1 at the end of an inning, and since that time they've outscored the Reds 9-3. Vasquez waits on the 1-2 pitch. Takes it just inside. I think Sullivan thought he had him struck out. Jeff Nelson didn't think so. It's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away. Pitch. Ground ball hit to first. Casey has it. He beats Vasquez to the bag, and this one belongs to the Reds. They were on the edge of their seats in the 9th inning, but the Reds hang on to win it. Final score 12-10.